What's up, guys? So this is my Prelude. It's a 1990 with the B21. I've been driving it since I rebuilt it in the last video. I've gone about 700 miles, but one problem when I first initially rebuilt this car was the radiator. Didn't look too good, but I decided to send it. It lasted about 700 miles, so now we have to go ahead and replace it. I haven't made a video in a while, so I figured I'd walk you guys through the process of replacing the radiator. Right now I'm going to start off by cleaning everything up, draining out the coolant, and then we're just going to start going at it, taking different hoses off, unplugging certain things. Then we're going to have to go pick up the radiator at about noontime today. So what we're doing right now is just a little white drain plug, like coming in from that way. So we're just gonna go ahead, loosen that, drain it out into the bucket, and then gonna actually clean up all around it, put the plug back in, take out the radiator, unplug some stuff, and hopefully have that radiator out. Alright, so now that we have most of the coolant drained, what we're going to do is we're going to take off the radiator support up here. 4 bolts, 2 there, 2 there. Then we're going to pull the radiator out, disconnect those hoses, unplug, I think 2 plugs, and then pull the radiator out. Alright, so we're going to take these hoses off now, and these aren't big enough. Overflow hose disconnected. So with the radiator out, we're back to having some nice engine bay space. So it was a little crusty, in case you guys couldn't tell. Really gross, probably shouldn't have put it back in, but we call this car a full send for a reason. Anyway, right here is a big crack on the tank. That's where it was leaking from. So now I'm just gonna clean this up, take the fans and some other parts off of this, and then wait to go to O'Reilly to pick up the new one. Alright, so O'Reilly's pulled through. We have the new radiator. Gonna go ahead, throw it in the trunk, and then head home and try to install it. Look at that, guys. You got a nice new radiator. Hopefully it's the right one. So in retrospect, I should have gotten new fans just because these are kind of old, crusty, but I didn't. So this is what we're going to be putting back in. We're just going to be reusing the old fans. And I have 2 new radiator hoses in the car already, so I know neither of those are bad. Just going to get all the parts together, make sure it's the right radiator, and then toss her in. Alright, so we had these 2 little things that were on the bottom of the radiator. I'm going to go ahead and cut them right here and then silicone them, just because it doesn't fit past the frame rail in the car without adjusting them, and I don't have an AC or transmission cooler rather, so I don't really need it. So I'm just going to cut these off, close them, and then put them back on the radiator. All right, so minus the radiator support, bolting that back up in the upper hose, The new radiator is in, looking super fresh. It's a little bit thinner, which is cool for weight reduction, but bad for cooling, theoretically, but it's still gonna be a higher flow than that, so probably an improvement in the end. I need to go pick up a new cap for it because compared to the stock one, this one's probably twice the size. So gotta grab a new cap, just have to put this upper, that was fun. I have to put this upper hose right there, bolt it down, grab a cap, and then fill her up and see what she does. And with all that being said, the new radiator is all mounted up. Everything is sturdy. Now I have to see if we have a cap for that in either one of our other vehicles, or gonna have to go to O'Reilly. Yay. All right, so I just picked up a new cap. Since the radiator had a bigger cap hole for some reason, so I grabbed that. We have our burping set up here, which is just a whole kit of stuff so you can burp the coolant system, get all the air out of it. So now we're just gonna fill it, start it, burp it, bleed it, the process. All right, so now that we opened the bleeder valve in the back right there, we burped the coolant, we have the key, we're gonna start it up. Let it get to operating temperature a few times. Just start it, stop it, start it, stop it, and then hopefully it'll be burped. It should idle a little funny at first. If it doesn't, I guess I'll just take that for what it is, but it should idle a little weird. Sounds good. Coolant is hopefully burping. Shouldn't burp for a little bit because we gotta wait for it to get hot, but stand by and see what she does. All right, guys, now that the burping process is all over, the radiator install was successful. Now, if you do install a new radiator yourself, you wanna make sure you watch your temp gauge, obviously, because if you develop a coolant leak, you're gonna overheat. That's gonna end it for today's video. If you guys did like this one, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.